guys, welcome back to my vlog channel. I'm sitting in front of my sofa. You know what, I actually quite like this as a background, sitting in front of the sofa. I'm just on the floor. It just looks quite nice in the background, other than my wonky curtains. Actually, I've just noticed that. So I am actually filming this on the day that I've just announced, well, revealed my collection with Revolution. I did also have my hair done today, which is why it looks different for the first time in like a year. But I wanted to put this vlog together. It's time to put it together. I've been filming little clips along the way. I wasn't really sure if I was going to use them. I just thought, okay, while I'm doing this whole process, I should probably film little bits. So this process started, according to my camera roll, back on the 15th of July 2020, and that is when I had the sort of go ahead that another collaboration was in the works with Revolution. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna go straight down to business. I had a vision for a palette. I was like, I want it to have colourfuls. I wanted it to have some bright colours. I wanted there to be bright colours that were going to show up on all skin tones. I also wanted there to be neutrals. I wanted there to be a matte white and a matte black so you could sort of customise the shades. I wanted there to be a inner corner highlight colour. I wanted there to be a dark matte brown so that I could do my sort of smoky liner that I usually do, or like eyeshadow liner that I do quite a lot. I wanted cookie dough and brownies to make a return from my previous palettes because I knew that they were really popular, and for me, like, cookie dough is my sort of everyday shade that I would use all the time. And this time round I wanted there to be more bright colours because I have been loving experimenting with colours recently, but then like I said, I also wanted to keep some of the neutrals. And so I sat down on my floor, I got out pretty much every single eyeshadow palette from my collection, and I've got a lot of eyeshadow palettes, and I laid them all out along the floor. And this is what I did for the previous times that I collabed with Revolution. I sort of had an idea in my head, and then I just got swatching and was swatching all over my arms, all over my legs. Sent that over to Revolution, and I actually put together a little mock-up of what the palette was going to look like. Originally Revolution were keen to do I think it was going to be like a 25 shade palette, and so I started out by picking that amount of shades. Then later down the line we decided to narrow it down to the 18 shades. So I'm going to insert those clips right here, and I'll put the dates on the screen and everything so that you guys can see sort of the process and the timeline. So I am currently planning for a potential new soph palette. I don't even know if this little clip is going to make it into any kind of video, but I'm sitting on my floor with a ton of different palettes open, and I'm just picking out shades that I think kind of work together. But I'm liking the idea of this sort of thing, like a super spice but with more colours. But who knows if this will ever come to light. All of the planning for this palette was done over WhatsApp and Zoom because obviously it was all going on during lockdown and stuff, and still to this day I haven't actually had a physical in-person meeting with Revolution, and it's all been done over Zoom. But I guess that's all you really need. It was just a little bit of a longer process in terms of samples, because normally I would go into the office and they would sort of have all the samples there and we could all look at things together and like have a clear plan, whereas the samples had to get sent to me. They also had to get sent to Revolution's team, and so that everyone was sort of on the same page. And so I had various meetings from them. I've got a few more clips here. So I'm just filming this clip on my phone. I haven't even brushed my hair. I've put on a little bit of makeup. I'm about to have another meeting with the Revolution team, hopefully see some samples. I don't know if they've got samples yet or whether this is just going to be a discussion. Today's date is the 28th of August. I sent over my designs, like my idea for the new palette, I think on the 15th of July. I'm kind of nervous for this meeting because I've got no idea what they're going to say and like what they're going to show me and stuff. It's just a half-an-hour Zoom meeting, so yeah, I'll let you know. And then these are just a few little clips of coloured card samples that I got sent from Revolution so that I could pick the shades that I wanted for the cardboard packaging. And then these are a couple of clips from my first sample, which was from the 28th of September, and that was just showing the shade Dreamy and the two different samples there of like the original sample that I had, which was slightly darker, and then what I actually wanted. And then yeah, here are just a few more clips of the whole process, I guess, and the many different samples that I had. I think in total for the eyeshadow palette I had 5 samples. Wait, was it 4 or was it 5? I had 2 in the plastic like this. I think it was 5. Yes, this is how glamorous it is. It literally started out like this, and now the final the final product looks like this. I think I show you in some of these clips. So this was my first sample compared to the second sample, and this is just a little example of some of my annotations that I sent to the team on the WhatsApp chat. As you can see, super professional there with my little drawings, but that's just to show you an idea of sort of how I
explained things to them, and then I did a lot more annotations. These are some of the lip products that I swatched. I swatched a lot of lip liners and lip balms before we got the right ones, and yes, these was just some of the samples that I ended up swatching and sent to the team. So I'm not actually sure if this footage is going to end up anywhere, but I thought I would just film a little clip of this on the journey to getting the perfect eyeshadow palette. This is the third sample. We're nearly there. We're so nearly there. There's just a couple of changes that I want to make. Like, I want to change this shade slightly, this shade slightly. This one is now spot on. This is exactly what I wanted. We're so close. And then I've also got the highlighters as well. I've literally just like chucked everything on my floor, but we're getting there. We are getting there. And oh my god, I've just stabbed my finger into this shade. But look at this shade. Oh my god. So I'm just in the process of, I've been swatching a bunch of random things on my hand and looking up different Pantone shades on Google that I can send over to the factory, so hopefully they can kind of match what I've got in mind to the palette. But we are so close. So we're actually in January now, 5th of Jan as I'm filming this little clip. I've just had a meeting, just got off a meeting with the Revolution team, and I thought I would bring all of my samples onto the table just because we were like discussing certain things. So I have got pretty much all, actually, you know what, this isn't even all the samples. I've got more stuff upstairs, but can we just appreciate how it started like this in these plastic cases with different shades. I think this was the second sample actually. I don't even know what is in this one. I've got more of these plastic cases upstairs with different highlighter shades in them. And yeah, everything started like this. I think this is one of the samples that we decided to change up slightly. Oh my god, did I really just dig my fingernail into that? All the way down to different packaging samples and slightly different shades and tones. And oh my god, I'm so excited to see the final piece. I think next week I'm getting the final piece. But this is the final casing for the palette. This was another sample that wasn't quite right. You can see here probably that we changed up a few of the shades. And this is the most up-to-date sample that I've got in terms of the colours. However, the inside I just wanted to change so that it was nude instead of rose gold. So imagine these colours, but in this packaging. I'm so excited, it's gonna look so sick. And then I've got the lip products as well here, which are in their boxes. We're just making a couple changes to the boxes just so that the word lip kit is a bit more visible at the top and it's a bit more clear what they are. And then the rest of the lip samples are actually upstairs, but I will show you how they started as well. Can we just appreciate how many different lip samples there are? And this was the original packaging where everything started out. They were literally just in these plastic orange well, it's the kind of like the same component to the final thing, but just not the right colours. But this is how everything started out. Hi guys, I've literally just picked up my phone because we've just had a delivery. It's the 11th of January and I think my final samples, not even samples, I think the final products have arrived. Actually, I have been told that there's going to be one change with some of the colours of the boxes that they're correcting, but these are pretty much the final products. So I've just gone and dug out a lot more of the samples that we sort of went through for a lot of the products, and even changes, like for example I had some prototypes of the packaging with nothing in them, and oh, you're joking me. Okay, well that's not even, it's not even like my proper palette, but I just smashed one of the eyeshadows, good job. But yeah, like for example, this one was a sample for Honey Glaze, but then I was like, no, this is too pink. It needs to be more of a bronzy shade to actually match the highlighters on the inside. So we went for this colour in the end, and just a few sort of small changes with the packaging and stuff like that. But yeah, look, if you look at the highlighters, they came in cases like this. This one, I was like, okay, that one's pretty much perfect. This one, I was like, it needs more shimmer. And then finally for the photo shoot, I actually opted to do a home style photo shoot, and I think I explained that in this clip here. This is the setup that I've got going on in here to do my shoot from home. Did rip the paper down here, but it's okay because nobody's gonna see that, and I'm hoping that this background is gonna look okay. This lighting is awful and I'm on my phone and I need to sort my hair out. But I'm about to take my first shots for my Revolution home photo shoot. I've set up this big sort of backdrop up here, but yeah, this is the first of many shoots that I'm going to do over the next few days, just me and my camera and getting James to help me as well. Some of these I'm actually going to do on self timer. This is look number one. very simple yellow look.
Hi everyone, so this is the first time that I think I've filmed a clip about my behind the scenes revolution stuff on my actual vlog camera, because the rest of the clips I just sort of spontaneously took on my phone. But as I'm nearing to the end of actually taking all my content at home, I thought I better pick up a vlog camera and show you a bit of behind the scenes. So for the past 2 weeks, pretty much every day I've been trying to get this content done. So at the moment, it is now, what even is the time? It's actually exactly midnight. I filmed a TikTok for it first, which I finished about 10. And then for the past 2 hours, I've been doing this shoot down here. And on my eyes, I have got the Super Spice palette. I have got the shade Extra Spice. I also got the shade Cocktail. I've got a bit of Mirror Ball on my inner corners. That was actually it for this one. And then I've just put on some liner and a few little gems. Then on my lips, I've got the Toffee Drizzle lip kit. The highlighter that I've got on is Cookies and Cream. Actually, no, I tell a lie. I'm actually wearing sugar frosting today. I was wearing Cookies and Cream in my pictures that I took yesterday, which looks a little something like this. And this is the current setup that I've got in my living room. This has been up for the past like month, just chilling there. And then I've just got my lights set up here, which are actually balanced on the sofa, which is probably a terrible idea, but I mean, that's the way that it best works. And then obviously for each of these shoots that I'm doing, I keep on taking pictures with different sweets and just, you know, nibble on them at the same time. Also for pretty much all of my looks, I'm just dressed up on the top half and the bottom half of me looks like this. But I had a bit of a moment yesterday where I was just like, what is going on? Like, when I'm taking these pictures, it kind of feels like I'm just doing a regular job or something, like I would normally do, and like taking pictures and stuff. But then when I actually sat down and thought about it, I was like, wait, and I got sent, oh, I'll show you. I got sent through like the pictures that Revolution took, like the product shots, because they were doing the product shots, like their team and their photographers and stuff, because, you know, I mean, I probably could make some nice looking product shots, but they know what they're doing with that. Whereas obviously for me, I decided to take my own photos. I could have done a professional photo shoot because of like, you know, with COVID and stuff, you can have COVID testings and do like safe photo shoots. But because I sort of made this decision a few months back, to sort of do the content myself, at that point, COVID was a little bit more iffy. We weren't really sure what was going on. So I was like, you know what? I would just take my own photos. I'm more than happy to do that. And also as well, I don't particularly like having my photo taken by other people. Like whenever I have photo shoots, I just get really nervous for them. And I was like, you know what? I'd rather just do it over a few weeks so that I don't have to have like, you know, 5 different looks on my face in one day and have a really long day of shooting. I was like, I'll just break it up over a few weeks of shooting and do it myself. So that's what I decided to do. But yesterday I got sent through the product shots that Revolution have taken and they look absolutely beautiful. Okay, my phone looks really yellow. Wait, let me turn it off. Let me turn it off night mode. You guys probably would have seen some of these already, but they look so nice. And yeah, I was just having a bit of a moment, like looking at these pictures, like those are my products. This is actually happening. It's crazy, like it is really crazy. And I'm so excited, but I'm so nervous because I feel like now that Revolution have got such a bigger sort of platform, I don't know, it's scary like to sort of be open to that many people. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited, and I really hope that everyone loves everything because I love everything. Like, I'm sorry, but look at it. Look at it. And as of today, it's like less than 2 weeks until launch. Wait, what's the date? It's the 17th that I'm filming this. The funny thing is, I have been using my samples for the palette for months, like since before Christmas. Every single one of my Taylor Swift reels and TikToks of the like things that I did, the Taylor Swift albums as makeup looks, every single one of those I'm using this palette. And nobody knew. Like this butterfly look, that's with the blue and the green. This look that I did, like a brown smoky eye, that's also with the palette. And absolutely love that one. I did like a cut crease and then with the golds as well. That's the same look there. And with the lip product. This one as well. This is using all colours from my palette. Another Taylor Swift one. This was using the purple shades, even in YouTube videos. So all of the colours that I used in this TikTok as well, they were all from my palette. Yep, this right here, using my palette. Even the drag look that I did, I just didn't show it on camera. And if you go back and watch that video, I don't mention the eyeshadow palette that I used, but this is my palette. I think this one is as well. And this, obviously, that was a little sneak peek. Oh, and in this reel that I did for a brand, used my palette, but obviously no one is gonna know that, the pink. So there have been so many occasions and like so many vlogs and videos where I've worn the lip colours and people have been like, what's on your lips? Now you know. So the majority of my pictures were taken on my camera with my tripod. Revolution sent me a backdrop and then I used my camera remote, and then the only ones that James helped me with were the ones where I'm sort of like holding the products up, where I needed two hands and couldn't press a button at the same time. So yeah, it was so fun creating all the content and doing all the different looks and stuff. I was quite picky, especially with the lip colours. Oh my god, the lip liner took a lot of samples until I picked the right one. I kept being like, no, it's too pink, it's too pink, it's too pink. Or, you know, I was quite fussy, so thank you Revolution team for putting up with me. I sent over like different Pantone shades, like for the green. This is the Pantone shade that I sent over for the green because initially it was more of like a light pastel green, but I was like, I want it to be a bit of a darker, bright green. This is the Pantone shade that I sent over. And look at the colour that's in my palette. I would say that's pretty spot on. The factory did a great job with that one. Oh my gosh. And then this was the lilac shade that I sent over, the Pantone for the lilac. And this is the shade that I ended up with in the palette. So that actually was really effective. So yeah, it was a very fun process and a very sort of cool hands-on process, and honestly I have loved it. And I just thought it would be interesting to sort of film the behind the scenes and show how you go from the initial samples to the final product. I just want to say as well, like as I'm filming this, it's 10:30 at night. The products launch in like an hour and a half. Some people have already bought them because there was a VIP early access thing via Revolution. I think it was like if you were part of their mailing list. And so people have already bought stuff, and I posted my launch video and there are so many lovely comments and people being excited and people saying that they love the look of things and that they're gonna buy stuff. And so I just want to say thank you, like thank you guys so much. I was so nervous to post everything because I was like, oh, I really hope that people like stuff, and I know that bright colours aren't going to be to everyone's taste, but I wanted to do something different that wasn't, you know, just a remake of my previous two palettes, you know. So I hope you enjoyed this little behind the scenes. You can buy it now. It's on Revolution's website. I will leave it linked down below. It's launching in stores soon. And I will give more information about that on my socials and stuff. Also, if you have any questions about the whole process, please let me know because I will answer them. I will happily answer any questions, anything that I've missed out. I'm gonna go now and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.